I'm not moving from here, ma'am. I'm not moving from here. You would be violating my constitutional rights, so I'm inviting you to do that if you so choose. Frazier.
Detective Frazier.
Okay, well, relax. Relax.
Give me a second.
Relax.
In a society where trust in law enforcement is crucial, a few bad apples are spoiling the system for everyone. And occasionally, it's regular civilians who must set things right. Today, we'll jump into 2 instances where citizens put cops in their place.
Ma'am, I would ask that you use a little bit of de-escalation. Okay, well, because you came in kind of hot. You came in kind of hot.
On Monday, August 9th, 2021, an independent journalist, Sean, peacefully exercised his First Amendment right to film in public in Larchmont, New York. He was confronted by the Larchmont Police Department. They ignorantly told Sean it was against code to film in public, and the repercussions were an arrest via a DAT desk appearance ticket.
How you doing today?
Hey, bud, can I help you?
No, I don't need any help. Who are you?
I work here.
You work here?
Credit card hanging out of your pocket.
Oh, okay, thanks. You work here?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your name?
Why? Who are you?
Oh, no, you came up to me. I'm just asking.
Wondering, you're in a private lot. I'm just wondering what's going on.
There's no signs making this private.
Okay.
This is public property here, right? You're not going to tell me who you are? I would just like to know who I spoke to, since you work for the police department here.
I am. I'm a detective. I work here.
You're a detective? Can I get your name?
What?
I just looking for your name. That's all. I mean,
Just wondering what's going on. That's it.
yeah. And I'm just wondering what your name is. That's all. Really, just because you talked to me, and I like to know who I spoke with, especially because you're a police officer making contact with me.
Yeah.
So, again, I would like to know who I spoke to, since you are a police officer who made contact with me, a detective. So if I can get your name and shield number, I would appreciate it.
Okay. Can I get your name?
Well, no, I'm a member of the public, and I don't want to have to identify myself to you. But as you know, a public employee, you should identify yourself to the public. That's all. Just because I didn't come up to you asking you what your name was randomly. You made contact, and I just want to know. I don't see what's the big deal. It's public information, right?
Okay. I'm just wondering why you're filming.
But you keep wondering that, and I've answered that question, but I keep wondering what's your name so I can know who I spoke to, and you're not giving me your name. I don't understand why. Why wouldn't you?
A lot taking pictures.
Unless you identify yourself to me, you could be lying. I don't know you're a police officer. Just because you have a gun on your hip, that doesn't mean you're a police officer. Anybody could put a gun
You're
on.
lying about who you are. You're telling me you're an independent journalist.
I'm not the one carrying a gun. There's a difference. If I was carrying a gun, I'm sure you'd want to know who I was, right?
Okay.
Is that not fair? You
Give
would.
me a second.
All right, well, I'm going to keep on about my business, all right?
A detective approached Sean after observing him for a while to understand what he was doing. The detective hesitated to reveal his name despite being asked multiple times.
So we got the license plate over here. Hey, how are you?
What are you doing? Can I help you?
No, I don't need any help. Can I get your name and badge number, though?
No, you cannot. Can I help you?
I can't get your name and badge number,
No,
ma'am?
what are you doing in the back parking lot?
I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story, ma'am.
Okay, about what?
I don't want to release that information until it's published.
Okay, well, there's no reason for you to be in the back lot. It's police department and employees only.
Ma'am,
in the back lot.
that's not true. There is.
This is police parking
Can I show you the signs?
and village parking only.
Yeah.
Yes, it's village employee parking only.
Yeah. I'm not parking, ma'am. I'm walking.
Village employees only.
Ma'am, I would ask that you use a little bit of de-escalation.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
Because you came in kind of hot. You came in kind of hot.
I'm going to ask you to
This
leave
is
the back lot.
This is public property.
No, it is not public property. This is private property. There are police vehicles back here.
That doesn't make what law is that? What law means?
It's a village code. It is private.
I have freedom of the press.
It is not freedom of press. This is private property. It's fenced off.
This is not fenced off.
It says authorized personnel only.
No, that's you just
If you are filming on village property,
you literally just lied.
Excuse me. I'm not lying.
That's not what that sign says.
It's fenced off, correct? Do you see the fence back
There is no fence here. The First Amendment gives me the right to film in public.
Not on village property. It is a village code.
Village
of Larchmont code.
If you're going to be enforcing code on me, I would like to know the code,
You
please.
Go upstairs and speak to the clerk.
But you're telling me that
I'm telling you that you have to have a permit to videotape in the village
according to a law.
Village of Larchmont code. It's
Code.
not a law. It is a code.
Okay, and you cannot articulate what code that
You
is.
have to go upstairs and get it.
Okay, so are you giving me a lawful order to leave?
Yes, I'm telling you, you cannot videotape on village property without a permit. Even if you were making a commercial or you're filming a movie, any videotaping in the village of Larchmont, you must apply for a permit.
On public property?
On public property.
Okay.
This is public property. It belongs to the village of Larchmont.
Yeah.
There are police vehicles and other things that are not accessible to the public here on this property. In order to videotape anything on Larchmont village property, anywhere in the village of Larchmont, you must apply for a permit.
Where are you getting that? Where are you getting that information from, Sergeant?
Our code, our village code.
The one you don't know.
Give me a second and I will get it for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Filming, village code 57 1. Subdivision 2, no filming shall be conducted on public property without prior approval of the Village of Larchmont Board of Trustees. So you cannot film on our property without prior approval.
That's interesting because it's public property, but that's interesting. I mean, I'm not doubting your code that you're reading.
Public property within the Village of Larchmont, you must obtain prior approval by the Village of Larchmont Board of Trustees.
That code is completely unconstitutional.
It's not unconstitutional. It is a village code. Village boards are allowed to constitute their own codes.
Ma'am, freedom of press means that there's no restrictions on it.
To the court clerk's office.
I will be going up there. I will be going up there.
Now.
I will be going up there. I will. This is definitely not your property. This is a public easement.
You can go upstairs and apply for a permit to videotape.
This officer came in hot, using a village code to infringe on Sean's First Amendment rights, a code that holds no legal standing. It's baffling that the officer truly believed this village code could supersede the Constitution. She is in dire need of serious re-education.
I will. No, they can have their own code, but they can't have a code that violates the Constitution that you took an oath to, ma'am.
Take it up with the village clerk. I follow the rules of New York State and the village that I work in.
You should.
That is a code.
But the number one rule you should follow is the Constitution. You didn't take an oath to the codes. You did. I understand, but you didn't take an oath to the.
Stop videotaping in the back parking lot. You have to go upstairs.
I'm not even in your I'm not even in your parking lot.
Back parking lot.
No, I'm currently not. This is a public easement where I'm at right now.
This is not a public easement. This is property of the village of Larchmont. You must go upstairs to continue filming to the clerk's office and obtain permission by the Board of Trustees in order to continue videotaping on public property belonging to the village of Larchmont.
I can't even believe those words are coming out of your mouth.
Well,
You too. I'll definitely be fighting that code because it's unconstitutional. Ma'am, respectfully.
Video in the back lot, and
Ma'am.
I asked you to stop videoing.
Ma'am.
To the back parking lot.
Ma'am, I'm definitely on a public sidewalk right now. So if are you telling me you're going to arrest me if I?
I never said arrest. I asked you to go up to see the court clerk. Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay.
I asked you to go
I'm not.
see the court, not the court clerk, the village clerk.
Yeah.
To get permission to videotape. I'm asking you nicely to stop videotaping.
You haven't been nice since you got in here. I understand that, ma'am. So I would invite you to write me up on the code, ma'am. I would invite you to do that because it's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional, ma'am.
Code, sir.
It's unconstitutional, and I would invite you to write me up on it.
Village property.
I am not. I am not. I am not even on village property anymore.
Well, the sidewalk technically belongs to the village.
It technically belongs to the people, ma'am.
It doesn't belong to the people. It belongs to
Ma'am,
the village of
I'm gonna try and be reasonable here. It's not against you, it's against that code, and I'm gonna continue to film what I could see from public.
Stop videotaping into the police lot.
Ma'am, I'm not gonna stop doing that because this is unconstitutional.
I'm going to ask you to go see the village clerk to obtain a permit to continue videotaping.
Ma'am, I'm gonna stick up for what I believe in here. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in freedom of press.
The officer is visibly agitated when Sean refuses. Watch as she first claims it's private property, then backtracks and calls it public. It's a clear example of police overreach, where they think they're above the law and can do as they please.
This tyrant drive away from here without any sort of legal repercussion to me because she's a tyrant. She's trying to violate my rights, threatening me with village codes for simply being on public property. So I'm inviting her to do it. I'm inviting her to violate my rights because there will be legal action taken if she does. These officers right here honor their oath. Very good officers. I'll be putting in commendations to both of them. Very good.
That female officer is not fit to be in law enforcement. What a clown. Such behavior makes it difficult to trust anything a cop says, whether in or out of court.
Village Treasurer, Taxes, Water Department.
You got business in here? You got business in here? You need something? You need, I'm asking, you got something in here? You need something?
Who are you?
I'm a maintenance guy. I'm asking, you have business in here?
What does the maintenance guy have to do with me, my business?
Because if you're not in, you don't have no business. You don't belong in the building.
I got.
You don't have any business.
I don't want to. Can you calm down? Can you calm down and step away?
Even the maintenance guy thinks he has power. He's what they call a lawful representative or something. He has the power, believe it or not, to trespass people from the property, just because he happens to work there.
I just had a code about. I had a question about a code that I was recited by the. That was recited by a sergeant of Larchmont Police Department, saying that I needed permission to film.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to somebody about that.
Okay.
Because I think it's in direct violation of the U.S. Constitution with freedom of press. I'm an investigative journalist.
Why don't you review the code online? You can make your interpretation. You can schedule a time to come in, and we can talk about whatever you feel you need to talk about.
Yeah. Can I schedule a time now to come back?
Sure. Let me just see if Brian has a calendar open. We'll
Sure.
Probably sometime next week because we're in the midst of construction.
Okay, great. I'd love to set a time to talk.
Brian, how's the calendar look for? Okay.
I don't need to provide credentials of anything. We all have freedom of press, and I'm just gathering content to disseminate to the public. Just like I've told the sergeant already, if it's against the code, I would like to be charged with that code, so that way I can take this up in the proper channels, which would be courtroom.
We want to facilitate, not hinder anyone.
Yeah,
so
great.
I would suggest
Well, that code hinders
well,
people.
You've never read it yet, right? So
She read it to me.
Okay.
She read it to me.
So again, if you're allowed to videotape your world, like you can wear a GoPro and walk around and do what you want to do. But if you're gonna like use this building or use this in any production or anything further than just your own log of life, then you do need a permit for that. And it's village property,
but no one is saying that I'm making a movie or anything or a commercial of anything. I'm an investigative journalist, gathering content to disseminate to public.
He's also in the back lot videotaping all the cars and everything.
The sergeant is confusing movie-making permits with freedom of the press, displaying plain ignorance. The code is intended for production crews, which is why it costs $2,000 a day and requires insurance. It states that productions, whether commercial or educational, need a permit. The sergeant's misapplication of the code is evident, and even the department acknowledges this. Sean was once again successful in carrying out his right to film people in public. Sure, it takes some going back and forth with pea-brained officers, but he gets the job done. If you thought schooling the sergeant was tough for Sean, then you're about to witness a stubborn director getting educated for violation of rights.
Frazier.
Detective Frazier.
Okay, well, relax.
Okay.
Relax.
Give me a sec.
Relax.
On March 31st, 2022, the independent journalist Sean went to the town of Irvington, New Jersey to peacefully exercise his First Amendment rights, freedom of press, at a public library.
Hello. Why are you recording?
Excuse me?
Why are you recording?
Who are you?
Why are you recording?
Who are you, sir?
I am the security in the library.
You're the security of the library?
Yeah.
And your company that you work for?
Township.
You work for the government?
The township.
The township?
Yeah.
And your name?
I just asked you a question. Just answer me because I'm here every day. First time I see you recording in the library.
Oh, no. No concern.
The director don't tell me anything. The director don't tell me anything. Somebody's coming here. He's gonna recording someday. So that's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm just recording. Just taking pictures in the library, public library. That's it.
The director is no?
The director? No.
Yeah.
I don't know who the director is, no.
You just come in recording?
Yeah. I don't know who the director is.
Who are you?
Beautiful American flag here.
You can't videotape in here.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I didn't come up to you telling you what you can and cannot
You're
do.
right. I'm the business manager here. You can't do any recording. This is a public place and these people have to sign off on things like that. You didn't come and ask, could you? You just walked in and started doing it. You can't do that, so please stop recording.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Ronald Brown.
Mr. Brown. I don't need anybody's permission to film in a public space. This is a public
This
space.
is a public library, but you still have people in here. You didn't ask me, could you record me?
Sir, to be fair, there's cameras in this building, correct?
Yes.
Did you ask my permission before you started filming
Anybody
me?
who comes in here is subject to anything that happens in terms of the cameras, yes. So you have to leave.
So what makes my camera different?
You have to leave, sir.
What makes my camera different
You
than
have
your
to
cameras?
leave, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
what?
Then I'm going to call the police and have them come. You won't listen to me.
Would you like me to wait for the police to come?
Outside, yes.
I will wait for them here. What's the big deal, sir? There's nothing. I'm not filming anybody in particular. Like I said, you have cameras here. What's the difference? This is a public building. Is there a library director here? That you're the library director, Mr. Brown? And do you have a policy against freedom of press in this library? This is a public library, correct?
The moment Sean enters the library, the director named Brown annoyingly comes up with his tiny fake policy.
Good.
All is well?
I'm sorry?
All is well?
All's well. Can I just get your name and badge numbers, please?
Sure. What's going on?
Can I just get your name and badge numbers, please?
Sure. I'll write it down for you. You need us for anything here?
I'm just filming in the library here.
Inside? I don't think they allow you.
Yeah, it's a public place. I'm allowed to film in the library. It's a public place.
Oh, they have a policy. You want me to get it
But
for you?
their policy doesn't trump the rights of the United States Constitution. I have a freedom of press. I'm an independent journalist. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm just gathering. But it doesn't. You don't need credentials, sir. We all have freedom of press. It's a right granted to us in the First Amendment.
See, once you cross this line and we have a policy, you can't do it.
Oh, are you on any medication? Or?
Medication.
Yes. Do you take any medicine for anything?
Do you?
No, I'm asking you a question.
Do you take any medication for anything, ma'am?
No.
Okay.
Do you take any medicine for anything, sir?
Ma'am, can you just identify yourself for me?
Yes, and I'm gonna have to ask you to leave because you're just standing here and you're obstructing. You can't stand in front of the doorway.
I'm not trying to stand in front of the door. I came out here to speak with you. I'm trying to gather the rest of my content for my story I'm working on in this library.
What story are you working on, sir?
A news story for the library.
When cops resort to questioning someone's mental state, it's usually a sign that they've run out of reasonable arguments. It's so embarrassing that she asked Sean about medication. She sounds like she's the one who might need some.
I don't have an issue.
I'm telling you.
He has an issue, and he's trying to kick me out of a library that I have a right to be in. I'm not doing anything wrong.
But the policy is that you can't come in there filming like that.
But the policy, first of all, no one's even showed me a policy. First of all, and then second of all, even if that was a policy, if there was a policy against women coming into the library, would you enforce that policy, ma'am?
But you're not. So I mean, I'm just.
But would you still say, well, sir, it's the policy. You know, men aren't allowed in the library, so we're gonna have to tell you to leave the library. Would you still enforce that?
That's not the case.
It is the case, man, because it's the same thing. Because now you're trying to make my freedom of press.
You can't come into the library.
He's trying to say that I can't come into the library while I'm conducting with this. I'm a journalist. I have freedom of press. You have freedom of press. Everybody has freedom of press in this country.
The cop seemed utterly perplexed by the situation, and her slow-moving argument was completely baseless.
He's not allowed back in the library.
You have no authority. You have no authority.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. If somebody is breaking the law, creating a disturbance, loitering, things of that nature, then you have authority to remove people. Okay, you have no authority.
You're not allowed back in the library.
Okay. No problem. So if I go back in the library, you're going to arrest me, officer? You're not giving me your name, so I just want to get it. Frazier. S.
Detective Frazier.
Okay, well, relax.
Okay.
Relax.
Give me a second.
Relax. And your name, sir?
Mr. Brown was very adamant about his illegal policy, which he had completely fabricated.
Let me talk to my officers first.
Okay, can I just get your name and badge number, please?
Sergeant Jason Gonzalez, 295.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No.
Appreciate that.
Just wait outside, sir.
I'm waiting right here. I'm waiting right here.
In here.
And they're being recorded. They're being recorded already.
I understand. This is their policy, and you have to uphold by their policy.
Okay, so
Okay.
I mean, I see we're not going to agree, but I'm just going to ask you: if I go back in the library with my camera, are you going to arrest me for trespassing? Are you trespassing me from the library?
I'm telling you that they have this policy. I already seek legal advice. If they have it written, then you have to obey it. This is a public library.
Okay, so
Okay.
I want you to trespass me formally, so I can take it up in the court. I can't take it up. I can't take it up into the court.
It doesn't have to come to that.
I want to be trespassed from the library. You're saying so I can't come in the library. That's what you're saying.
Sir, I don't want you to be at fault of anything. That's not what we're here for. We're here to make sure that everybody is at peace and everything and the law is abided by.
This
I'm
is not the
here-
law, sir. That is
here
not
to
the
cause you a
law.
problem. I understand what
Sergeant Jason Gonzalez arrived and respectively talked on behalf of Director's Policy. It seems like it's becoming hard for him to uphold the oath he took.
Understood why it always has to be a tit for tat. I'll give you my name if you give me yours. I'm the citizen here. I'm the citizen here. I don't have to give you my name.
This way we look. Our names are worn on our uniform.
I know, because
So we don't know
that's
who
the
you
job.
are.
But that, to be fair, that's the job that you chose, right? You chose to be a police officer and have your name on your uniform.
Right.
I didn't choose that job, so that's why
Right. It's not
I
here
chose to be a
but
journalist
I know,
and
but
an
we're
activist.
Still here on an investigation, and it's right that you provide us with.
If you
your
suspect
name.
me of committing a crime, I would
And
100%.
It's not just for crime. It's just
sure.
mere interaction. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
it is. The mere interaction with you.
Yeah, no. But like I said, I don't provide my name unless you suspect me of committing a crime.
No, I mean that's.
That's
not
the only
right
reason
way.
why.
And God forbid something happened to you, we don't even know who you are.
Yeah. Well, let's hope nothing happens to me.
The behavior of that female officer gives off strange vibes, as if she's just a random person in a uniform. It's incredibly unprofessional.
Your duty is to uphold the United States Constitution. I have a right of freedom of press in this country. We all do. We have the right to film government officials in the course of their duties. We have the right to film in publicly accessible areas. That's all I'm doing here. I don't want to have to ask another man or a woman, for permission to conduct something that I have the right to do.
Can I ask you a question?
I would have been done by now.
How long would it be to take you to do what you have to do?
Not long. I would have been done. I would have been done.
Listen, I'm trying.
I can't give you a specific time, but I wouldn't. The library is only so big. I can only get so many
Okay.
pictures of the library, right?
If I ask him if he could give permission to you now, would you be able to do it and get it out?
I mean, I don't need his
I'm
permission.
try- I
Either way, I'm
understand.
gonna, like I said, either way, I'm gonna
understand.
go.
Listen.
I'm gonna go in there, whether you're gonna
Sir,
trespass
I
me or not.
understand, but listen, okay, no problem. And what is it that you're gonna take photos and pictures of?
The library inside.
Like, no, I know of what? Of what? Just the library, like structure? Or
Yeah, the
something
structure
like that?
inside and just all the
Okay, and what is
all the
this?
publicly accessible areas, and it's for a story that I'm working on.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sir, if we were to go inside with you and you finish what you had to do.
It's a public space. You can do whatever you
Sir,
want. I said you can. You're not.
Okay.
You didn't hear me.
Okay. No.
Sergeant Jason really knows the truth deep inside, but why he's stuck in the middle of a usual policy and the law. But the sergeant really manages to keep both sides cool.
All right.
I do.
So if we just go inside real quick, no?
What?
If we're inside with him, if he finish what he has to do,
No. No.
You see the difference between somebody who's trying to be reasonable and somebody who's not trying to be reasonable?
And we've been here for what, 2 hours?
Because of you, I would have been done.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we've already told him, okay, you have to leave the lodge. Now what am I going to do? Come back on that to appease him? No, he can't come in this library.
Okay, so I'm gonna come in. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come in the library, and then they're gonna have to They're gonna have to say that I'm trespassing the library, and then I'm gonna sue the city of Irvington. Okay?
Sir, hold on.
Tell me.
Just relax.
Tell me I'm not allowed to be in the library, and I'll leave.
Sir.
I'm not going to.
Sir,
no, because he's not being reasonable. I've been reasonable. I don't want to get it from you. I want to get it from my own camera that I have a right to do. That's all.
No.
Yes, I do. We'll let the court work it out then, sir.
Go to court.
I will. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna back down. I'm not gonna back down from my position. I'm not gonna allow my rights to be violated, sir.
I'm not violating your rights.
I know you're not,
I'm just asking you.
and I appreciate that.
To come to a conclusion.
Oh, excuse me. I just don't want to.
No, I understand that, and that's good. Yeah, I'm just trying to come to a conclusion.
The director was too stubborn for his little policy, adamant on what he said.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
They close at 9. I know we talked about how long it would take. If you could just take care of your business because there are people.
Oh, I'll be long gone.
Just, listen. If we could just, you know what I'm trying to say? I appreciate you.
Gonzalez, I
Thank
appreciate you.
All right, sir. You have a good day. Okay?
You too.
I got permission for you, by the way. Just to let you know. Have a good day, sir.
You too. Don't need permission, but okay.
Finally, permission was not something Sean needed, but got anyway. Sergeant Jason was really fighting inside him about this situation, but he proved to be one of the good ones. Only the lady officer needed to be educated to do her job. And there you have it, guys. Do you think the cops should face severe repercussions for what they did? I sincerely hope that the brave auditors take legal action against these tyrants, holding them accountable for their actions. Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Detective Mystery, signing off.